All right, greetings. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. I will be linking my playlist in the description. You can feel free to reach out anytime. If you hashtag that name successfully, you'll find a lot of interesting content over a wide variety of platforms. One of the ways to offset the digital quarantine that I've been talking about for years is to be very public. That's what I'm doing. So the collaboration that I do with people from all over the world is providing truth and reality, because reality and truth, I believe, are directly interchangeable. Yeah, and I picked up surfing. I went out there today for a bit. You can see it on my YouTube channel. It's got, and I think Facebook too. I've got it all labeled up as well. It's a conversation starter quite often. People want to know what I believe the truth is. The truth about what? Well, the truth about everything. So one of the comments that I quite often make is deployed worldwide through my artificial intelligence research library. So I'm deploying the truth through a research library that includes, but is not limited to, a YouTube channel playlist. I've got a lot of saved playlists there as well that have a wide variety of content, from beautiful, relaxing music video to hard-hitting documentaries about what's going on in the world today. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? This is what water does. Water seeks level. You don't need a ring laser gyro. You don't need to measure the curvature of the earth because you can't find it. I don't know what shape the puddle is that covers the face of this stationary and level earth. One of the things that I would want you to keep in mind, there would never, ever be level anywhere on a spinning, wobbling water ball hurling through space. Just think about it. Yeah, and there's a lot of divots in the parking lot. So I'm a couple of miles from the ocean. I'm gonna drive on back home. I finally can put the Truthmobile in the garage, which is a nice security feature. It not only keeps the car a little bit more protected, it also removes or creates maybe curiosity. For a dozen years that we've lived there, I've not been able to put a car in the garage and keep it there. I just did it for a novelty, put it in there and then took it back out, but I had too much stuff. And I've reduced the inventory at my residence. And what I wanted to talk to you about is that there's a very important reason why I haven't been going live as often on Facebook or YouTube. And that is because the computer algorithms that evaluate the content of what's being said or shown will basically want to support the deceptive narrative that the mainstream media is promoting. So you can take a look at the world circumstances that involve a whole world system. What I've found out is that much of what I had previously believed was not true. It was a lie, intentionally. Now, many people that promoted that false narrative didn't know they were promoting a lie. The school teachers, the librarians, they probably had no clue what they were a part of. Well, anyway, I know what I'm a part of. I'm a part of a group of people that are brave enough to tell the truth to anybody that will listen. So what you can do as well is send me a private message if you want through Facebook Messenger. You could call me anytime you like with my phone number. I put it out there because I get calls literally from all around this world at any time of the day or night. And since we're dealing with the different time zones of the world, that uncomplicates it for you. I don't mind taking a call anytime, unless I do, in which case I might just let it go into voicemail and I get back to my messages, just so you know. Now, another really important thing to consider is that the truth isn't based on popular opinion. It's not popular, and it's not an opinion. As we look around at the population of the world, the people near us, maybe that even live in the same house or that we see out in public, many of them are deceived. And it's evident by the way that they're presenting themselves. All the obedient slaves that are wearing a mask when they don't even have to, in their cars and that. Now I've got a face shield that I can put on to get in Costco, and I've done that because they've got you need to have a face covering. So it's a face shield that allows me to smile, and people can see that smile, and I can have unrestricted breathing. Okay, so I'll do that. Now, I live in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area. Where I just left from is the Prince Resort at the Cherry Grove, in front of the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier. You can go to that website, the Prince Resort in Cherry Grove, and you can actually activate the cameras and see what it looks like from the high up on top of the building and other locations as they're activated. And you can actually move the camera's view on some of the cameras. Okay, so one of the reasons why I mentioned that is that being out in public with a very public presence is a way that I am making the truth known. Now, many of us, how did we get here? How did we find this stuff out? Well, it's different for everybody, but what I found out for me when I was looking into the real estate bubble that had burst in 2008, I was presented some information about the events of 9/11 of 2001. Well, and found out that the official story wasn't even possible. Okay, so people died, and there's a lot of information out and about around that. And I would say it's on my research library. Perhaps it's been removed. That's one of the things that's happening with the digital censorship, is that information is being removed, and then people that are viewed a bit more eccentric or perhaps less believable, we find this information out, and the system sometimes directly presents that to us. I'm not saying that you're not believable, but they've made fun of me millions of times, and that's okay. I've got over 40 million views of people making fun of me for saying, do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? At the first Flat Earth Conference, where I was also heard saying we don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello, it's just water seeking its level. The reality exposes the impossibility of the globe. The reality all around us exposes that. Now, there are people that are all excited about going to heaven and praising Jesus and all of that, and they bought into the global lie. And then there's people atheists that hate Jesus, and a lot of them are NASA fans, and expanded cosmology and the godless cosmic Big Bang that basically allows them to do whatever they want. How about that? And that's what happens. People largely believe the lie they want to believe, and God will help them do it. I'll tell you how that works out. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says to everybody and all spiritual entities forever, they refused to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion. So there you go. God will help people believe the lie they want to believe. There's two families battling right now, God's family and Satan's family. We've got elect and fallen angels, and we've got God's children and Satan's children, and we're all battling. Okay, now some people are they're deceived, and by irony and paradox, they don't know it. So with that in mind, what I would say is I have deployed a very powerful, very inclusive research library that encompasses a wide variety of topics, including machine learning, artificial intelligence, the world's central banking system, the military, medical, and financial industrial complexes that are all supported by deception and brute force as well. So there you go. And I want to keep it so that what I'm saying is allowed to stay up. And I'm going to say, go to my playlist. The link will be in the description after I am done with this video. And I want to let you know that you can go there and cruise through those videos and see some powerful information as well as relaxing music video, like nature video. You can hear the sound of waterfalls and rain, thunder and lightning storms, and it's beautiful. So there's that, and then there's humor as well. This is a bit tragic, the fact that there's so much deception that people are believing. So what I would want to have you consider is, I believe God's grace is required to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. What is His grace? Well, our unmerited favor. I was born again in 2014, born of the Spirit of the true Creator, even though I thought I was in 82. There was quite a delay. So here's what I would have you consider. What God? What Spirit? Well, the Holy Spirit, the living Word, the way, the truth, and the life, knowing the end from the beginning, the Alpha and Omega. He's all-powerful and all-knowing. That's who He is. You may know Him as Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh. I'm talking about the true Creator. So have you been born of His Spirit? So how's my family doing? Well, it's pretty tough. There's people are being martyred, killed for their faith, and that is going to continue to happen. Right now, there's apparently approximately 250,000 people that die every day of a variety of causes. Where'd the flu go? Where did pneumonia go? Where did the common cold go? They're calling it all COVID. Motorcycle deaths in our local community, it was called COVID death. A motorcycle death is a COVID death? Well, yeah, if they die with COVID, we're counting it as a COVID death, according to Deborah Birx. How about that? She's one of the official people promoting this false narrative. Okay, so there's powerful documentaries that back up what I'm talking about. You can reach out and call me anytime, and now I can park the Truth Mobile in the garage. Isn't that special? I'm so glad for that. What it's changed is a dynamic for my personal security. I am putting my life on the line doing what I'm doing. If you wanted to promote my channel, you can. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because God created me to tell the truth. If you wanted to make stickers like that, you could. Or you could take a picture of it, send it to somebody if you want. You could copy and paste the link if you want. There's a lot of ways. If you successfully put the hashtag and my name in a Google search, I'm on many social media platforms, and I could be eliminated from everything. Isn't that special? Only if God allows. Keep in mind, there's nothing in this world that's going to happen to me or anybody else that God doesn't directly cause or permit or allow. Satan has limitations. God does not. I'm grateful for that. So there you go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take us on to where I live, and just flip this around for a moment. Same place. I activated these. There we go. Okay. So this is just a couple of miles from the ocean, only a few feet above sea level. And right now we've got massive flooding all around us. A big storm could flood us right out. When we had Hurricane Florence, this road was starting to flood. It was getting ready to flood our neighborhood out of here. We're only about 8 to 10 feet above sea level. We're in this neighborhood. So that being said, there's a vulnerability. Water seeks level. It does. It does. So right now the rivers are backing up. This weekend we've got a full moon and an extremely high tide and a lot of coastal flooding. I don't know that is going to make it here. However, it could. These, like this pond right here, that was filling up and coming up over the road. I'm not afraid of people knowing where I live. I mean, I live a very public life intentionally, and we've got a neighborhood watch in our neighborhood. People are really aware, and that's good. Aware of at least what's going on in the community. Some of them might not be aware of other details of what's going on in the world, so to speak. So I know a lot, and I know a lot of what I had learned was not true. How about that? So that's part of the situation right now. Is the question I have for everybody is what you believe actually true, or is it your own wishful thinking? Is it what you want to believe? So there you go. It's a big deal. And there's the motorcycle I get to drive around on too. Pretty cool stuff. Once again, there would never be plumb or level anywhere if we were moving. A lot of times my wind chime just hangs perfectly still. Not much moving going on there at all. So then the other dynamic I wanted to show you is as we consider the topic of water seeking level, it'll do it in the puddles. It'll do it when there's temperature differentials driven by climate control systems like my heat pump there. It'll create a little cold area in the A coil and the air handler that'll draw moisture out of the air, reduce humidity. I set Walter free in here. He was a little turtle that was going to drown in a drain where he couldn't get out of because the water was flooding. Set him loose in here when we had Hurricane Florence. There's weather modification going on now in the world today. Geoengineering, it's called. So that can affect us real close to home as well. So the system of control controls the finances, the public opinion, many of the people through electronics, Wi-Fi, cell towers, all of that. Electrical fields all around us. Ooh, it sounds a little weird. Yeah, it is. I've got documentaries to back that up. And the fact of it is, MK Ultra is a declassified program. A lot of the sub-projects you can see on my channel, like The Minds of Men. TrueStream Media did a spectacular job of talking about that. So there you go. That's one of the reasons why we can't break through to people, is they're mind control slaves and they don't know it. It's humanly impossible to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. So this is Robert Forsch with the YouTube With the Truth. Feel free to call anytime. Thank you so much.